Okay. So next part is going to be doing a Rust server. This shouldn't be too bad. We're gonna do the full process though. We're not gonna skip any steps. We're gonna do a full server. I'm gonna show you how to install mods. I'm gonna show you how to change game mode, mainly because one of my friends requested that I get this on the new primitive game mode that just came out, so I'm gonna be doing that. And also disabling anti-cheat so you can connect to Linux, because my server is completely whitelisted and it's just for my friends to dick around really, and then just for me to play single player because I just don't have the time to dedicate to real Rust. So I just like playing wipes solo occasionally, or with, you know, my friends, because they occasionally play. So we're gonna get right into this as usual. Make sure you have the LinuxGSM page on another monitor page. So we're gonna add user like this, and yeah, Rust server. We're just gonna copy that straight over. We're gonna do sudo new password. Make one real quick for myself. Oh, forgot to open up the Vault. What I normally do for a password is take the suggested one from LinuxGSM. It's completely random, so you don't have to worry about that. And then just add some full-length words like Rust is cool or Rust is gay, something like that. Just so you have, because it makes it a little harder for people to, you know, get through hacking your stuff, or, you know, what is it called? Brute force, yeah, brute force. Okay, this took me a little longer than I thought it would. Paste at the top and press enter. You can leave all this blank. Yes. And now we switch user. Just use that password. And now we're in. Oh, whoops. CD is what we want to do. This is one of the few games where you really don't want to make the user added to the pseudo users. So we'll likely be switching back to my main user to do a few things, like in the firewall, for example. So go ahead and copy over the download script from LinuxGSM, paste that, run it, do Rust server install. This one's pretty simple, and if you've been following the other few guides, you likely have all the dependencies already. They really, I mean, I might be missing one or two, but let's see. Oh yeah, just a few. Oh yeah, Steam CMD, that makes sense. Oh, they finally have the correct command you're supposed to use. Wow, that's crazy. That took forever for the dude to add that. Oh, it's installing CMD for me. Cool. So, yeah, this is a command that I showed in one of the previous videos, but if you ever have an issue with these packages missing, you likely just forgot to enable 32-bit support. So, and do that command as well. Then you can also download gcc-multilib. That's another good repository to have for 32-bit support. I don't think it's that important though for LinuxGSM. I think all you need to do is just add that architecture and then you're good. Dang, this thing's taking a minute. And I hear the server unit running. I don't have the monitor plugged in right now though, so you can't see what it's doing. I normally have on the monitor for the user, the server units running. I normally just have it running an HTOP instance, so I can, you know, just plug in the monitor and see how it's running. HTOP really doesn't take up that much system resources, so it's really not that important. Yeah, looks like it. Actually, we're gonna do no real quick. Yeah, go ahead. Am I missing any more packages? Yeah, I'm still missing that. And Steam CMD. What the hell? We should select no for the reinstall. I'll come back when this is done so you don't have to rewatch it. So, we're back, but all you can see right here is I just switched back to my main user and I'm going to run this command to install this stuff. Just press enter, or no, you got to scroll all the way down, don't you? Yeah, then you can press enter. Come on. Oh, there you go. You can do arrow key and then you can press enter and then agree. And then we can switch back to that server. Do the password. And we'll run the install script again. Then boom, everything has been installed. That's probably also why, you know, the install script failed, was likely because the Rust server user isn't set as a sudo administrator. But that's fine. Just switch back to any user, really. That's because packages are not installed locally under the user. They're installed under the root user, at least these kind of packages. So unless you intentionally download the files off of like the package and then, or the website, and then build it yourself, it will normally just go into the root user. Yes, we're gonna allow statistics. And then we're gonna go. So before you start up your server, you're actually gonna want to do this command, which is mod install. It takes a minute to run. Then you're going to want to do Rust Oxide. And then you're going to press Y, and then it'll install. And then you're going to want to start your server. I've already done it, but to double check, go into server files. And then if you see the Oxide folder, then you know it's loaded correctly. Yeah, it just goes through this shit. And it's really slow, too. Like, Rust takes a fucking minute to boot up. So, like, it's gonna be like 5 minutes until this thing is fully booted up. You'll hear whatever device you're running on go into like fucking turbo mode whenever it does finish loading. That's how you know it's almost done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut right here so you don't have to bother waiting for this. A better way of telling is just spamming this, and then when it loads, once these ports, the last one probably won't come up. But once these ports, you know, show up, then that normally means you're good and the server's up. We'll go about connecting later. Right now, we're just gonna, you know, get the thing running for now. We'll be back. Okay, so your shit should look like this once it's done loading. So we're gonna go ahead and stop. Yeah, that's fine. Just let it go. Okay, so we're gonna cd into LGSM, config LGSM, Rust server, and it should be in here, nano, Rust server.cf, thought so, so we're gonna do copy, which is cp underscore default to Rust server, and we do nano, boom. So this is where you can change your ports. And let's see, start parameters are down here. Oh, let's see if this goes quite a ways. Dang, I bet Vim wouldn't do that, but kind of annoying, I won't lie. So, yeah, we got tags. So we're going to be editing a few things in here. I'm going to go figure out what all I need. I haven't done this in a minute, so give me one moment. Okay, so for me at least, I like to change the app port to 18 so that I could just do my port forwarding range from 16 to 18 and it'll cover everything. Or no, 15 to 18, but yeah, that's what I do. So make sure you change this, you see how it says change me, make sure you change that. Change it to a 64 character long password. Yes, it's long, but there's a good reason why you want to. You don't want people going into your console on the web browser just because they know your IP. So make it pretty fat, look up a generator of some kind. So down here on server name is where you can set your server name. Legacy. Let's see what server. I just call all my servers Legacy because I run it off of a Legacy server. It's just where I got my name from. You don't have to do it. So game mode, this is where you set like hardcore and stuff like that. The only thing that we gotta do is set it to primitive. That's what we gotta do. If you just wanted vanilla, keep it vanilla. If you want hardcore, type in hardcore. Whatever the fuck softcore is, no clue. So keep all this blank. If you want to know how to do custom maps, I already have a guide for that. So tags, you can, this is, normally I just do, let's see, I do vanilla. No, not vanilla, not this time at least. I normally do monthly because this is monthly. Let's see, battlefield builds, roleplay, creative, training, and just regions. Okay. I bet you can add like modded too. I'll try it. What's that? If it doesn't work, it probably just won't do anything. So down at the very end, at least if you're wanting to run this for, to be able to connect on a Linux PC, we're going to go to the very, very end. Takes a minute to get to it. Okay. So I'll leave this in the description. But you're going to want to add these server arguments. Let me see. Is that one word? Okay, I'm going to add it right here, actually. What the hell? What the hell? You could just add it like right at the beginning too, actually. Control U, will that work? No. There. Yeah, do that, don't do the hotkey. Okay, that should work. That's how you disable the anti-cheat so you can connect on a Linux PC. Because Linux works fine on Rust, but it's disabled on anti-cheat. Server looks like I'm good. Just bugged out because I used the hotkey instead of right-clicking terminal. You should always do that when copying, not what I did. So we got that. That should work. Let me see. I think that's basically it, though. Just make sure you change your remote console password. We're going to be using that actually in a bit, so you will see us using it. Yeah, that's literally it. So I'm gonna go ahead and change my password before I forget. Obviously I ain't gonna show you motherfuckers. So to get some mods, I recommend going on any of these websites. This one's probably the main one you're gonna use. If you're gonna, buy something, I recommend either doing it on any of these three websites. But if we go over back to the terminal real quick, these are all the mods that I am using just for right now. Night Zombie was something I just saw and was like, oh, that sounds interesting, so I'm just gonna do it. But this is pretty standard for what I normally do. And I'll show you how to configure these. Train Homes is paid, so you won't be getting that unless you pay for it. So ignore that. So we're gonna go ahead and copy this over. So hold on, let me double check. So we're gonna go into Oxide, yeah, plugins. Okay, so this is the file path. So we're gonna do -R, I believe, will copy everything. That's what I've been told. Rust server at 192.168.1.180. And then we do this, home, Rust server, and then paste the rest of that. Okay, no, I didn't. I was hoping it would. Okay, we can do each one individually for right now. Been trying to figure out how to copy everything in the directory. I'll figure it out one day. Do night lanterns, night zombies, no decay, stack size controller, time of day, and train homes. Then we get our password. That will copy. So now if we check over here, everything is here. Okay, so you gotta boot it up once so you can get all the config files. They should be somewhere over here. Yeah, they're gonna be in config, but as you can see, we got nothing right now. So we are gonna boot up the server again, and I'll be back once that's done. So, you don't have to load the server up all the way. You can kind of just spam ls in this folder until everything loads. It didn't take that long, like a minute, and then all these files generated. So, I went ahead and port forwarded the server. Pretty simple. If you've been watching these videos, I'm not telling you how to port forward on your router side, but use UFW firewall. So we are going to switch back to the server. That's right. So we're gonna go ahead and double check Rust server details. Make sure it's off. Yes, it is. All right. So we're gonna go back into server files, oxide, config. We're gonna look at each one of these. So there's only gonna be like one that we're not gonna bother configuring. So this one is gather manager, right? Yeah, this is gather manager. Okay, yeah, this is the one that we're not gonna edit. We're gonna edit through the config files. So I did want to take a look at this one. These are ones I've never used before. Night lanterns. Yeah, so this is basically just confuse. I want to make sure that searchlight, furnace, tuna light, refinery, cauldron. Huh, it doesn't have lanterns on. Oh no, it does. Or no, not lanterns, fucking spotlights. I wonder if I could just rename one of these to something. Let me make sure I get it spelled right. Rust light. Ceiling light, that's what it's called, okay. I'm gonna just, there's no guarantee this will work, but if I just change the name, looks like these are all one word, so we'll just keep that going. S-E-I-L-E light. See if that works. No clue if it will. We're gonna check out night zombies. I'm not really gonna configure this one because I've literally never used it. Always spawn. I kind of do want them to always spawn. Spawn time, spawn near players, false. Why not? Minimum pop for player. Ah, yeah, okay. So this would be like near player spawn. I'm just gonna switch this to 1 because I don't have a lot of people playing on my server. Always spawn. So what makes the spawning happen? Destroy settings. Spawn loot true. I guess that's just something to play with. We'll come back. Well, you can come back to it if you want. It's pretty simple. We're gonna check out no decay, see what that one's about. I've never played with this one. Disable decay for all entities. I don't want that. I just want to disable or make it a lot slower. Twig multiplier, wood multiplier, stone multiplier, building grade multiplier. Okay, so I guess this is where you can like increase it just flat out. I'm gonna play. I don't know if you need to do negative numbers. I'm just gonna see 2 for stone, see if that does anything. And you can normally look on like the plugin page to find it. Let's see if I can go back to that. Okay. So it does want me to use smaller numbers. So we're gonna go back. Oh, whoops. These are like the individual items. Oh wait, no, this is just a whole nother fucking thing. Okay, so it does want you to do 0.5s. But yeah, you could just look at the mod like website page and just scroll down. They'll normally give you like examples and stuff like that. I'm gonna do 0.5 on everything. Okay, so increasing values, 0.1 is default, 0 disables it altogether, and 1 keeps it the same, and then if you go any higher, that just increases the decay. So I would have fucked up big time. So I guess we'll just play around 0.5 for right now. Armored multiplier. I'll just keep it all the same. 0.5. So yeah, that's how you do it. You go back to stack size controller. This one's a little easier. Yeah, I played with this one quite a bit. So never change weapon. I mean, you can, but it's just gonna be pretty messy because it'll stack weapons on top of each other. I normally do 2 for construction, 2 for items, resources. I like it because you don't even have to do no decay if you think about it, because if you increase the resource stack size, that's also going to increase how much you can put in the TC. So you really got to think of that if you're going to have both of these mods. I'm going to do 5. Attire, I normally keep the same. Tool, I normally keep the same. Medical, I always do 2. Same thing for food. Ammunition, I do 2. Traps, I keep 1. Music, I keep 1. All will do everything, so I won't do any of that. And then I normally do 2 for component, 2 for... yeah, electrical and fun are both really good ones to do 2 of. Because it makes things a lot easier. I'm actually not going to do anything for common, because I think that's another generalization one. And then you do individual, but I don't recommend that. That's going to be real messy. So this is how I do it. It's pretty fair in my opinion. You can increase this to like 10 if you want to. Sometimes I do that when I want to build really big. Okay, now we got time of day. Okay, yeah, so I normally do my night length. I'm going to do 15 minutes, and then I normally will do the 45-minute daytime. Okay, and then nothing with train homes. I mean, I won't do that. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for that. Oh, oops. But yeah, that's pretty much it for configuring mods. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and reload up the server, and this time we're gonna let it load up all the way. And oh shoot, there was one more fucking mod I forgot. I'll be back. Okay, so my server's back to up and running. So the mod that I added onto this was the whitelist mod, but we can do that all in the remote console, so you don't need to bother restarting and doing all that. So we're gonna switch to main display. So to get to the remote console, oh, I should have lost it. Just look up Rust remote console, and it's this one right here. Just click that and then click login at the top, and it'll take you right here. You'll just have to log in to your public IP, so it'd be the same IP that you give people, and then you do your port and then the password you have set in your config page. So we got a few commands we're going to be doing in here. So first, to change gather rate, we're going to do this command. Whoops. You can kind of see what I'm going with. So do gather.rate dispenser and then asterisk 2. And then if you see this little thing at the bottom, that worked. So you can do up arrow, change this to pickups. Oh, whoops, pick up, not pickups. Boom, that worked. Now the command to add someone under the whitelist is this. You just change this for the Steam 64-bit ID, which I will do mine, which is this one right here. Boom. And then if you want to add an owner, so give yourself admin, you do owner ID, and then your Steam 64 ID. Boom. Now you're owner. What was the other command? Here's one down here. You can add a moderator. So I'm going to probably do that for 2 of my friends. But I'll do that afterwards because I don't want to give people their Steam IDs. But that's basically it. Next, we're going to actually connect into the server. You'll know if your shit's working by if whenever you load it in, if your server name comes up. If it says like something that starts with an A, I forgot it, then it probably did not work. And you just gotta go back. But as you can see, our game mode is now primitive. We have a procedural map. And yeah, that's really it. It takes a little while to load in. I'm not gonna bother showing all of that because there's no real need, but that's how you make a Rust server on LinuxGSM.